Hi, everybody. Welcome back for yet another one of these games. We got the Indians at the Yankees, and the Yankees have a one-game lead after beating the Indians last time out. Yankees at 18-8, Indians at 15-7. It's still early in here in 1949, but it's never too early to pay attention. There's a strike in there to Larry Doby from Fred Sanford, and then a ball high, 1-1 the count. There's a little ground ball over to Rizzuto. Scooter has that, throws over to first for the out, one away, and here's Lou Boudreau, takes a ball. There's another ball, and that one's high, 2-0 the count. And that's outside for a fastball. It's 3-0 now on Boudreau. And he takes the strike, 3-1 the count. There's strike 2 in the outside corner. Full count now on Boudreau, and that's high. Boudreau is on with a walk, and there's a runner on at first for with one out for Cleveland. And Joe Gordon up there takes a strike and then fouls one off. 0-2 the count now on Gordon. And that fastball's inside for a ball, 1-2 the count. That's too low. It's 2-2 now on Joe. There's a pop-up over to the third base side, and Brown has that one for the out, 2 away, and here's Mickey Vernon. It's a fly ball over to right center field, and Bauer has that for the out. We go to the bottom of the first. Hank Bauer will lead this off up against Early Win at 4-1, 4.30 ERA, 1-1 now the count on Hank. And there's a fastball high and outside for a ball, 2-1 the count. There's a strike in there, 2-2, and there's a swing and a miss on that one, and Bauer is out on strikes, 1 away, and here's Jerry Coleman. Jerry hits a ground ball over to third base. Bernardino makes the play and throws to first for the out, 2 away, and here's Tommy Henrich. Henrich takes the ball low, 1-0 the count, and there's one foul back to the backstop. It's 1-1. This one is wide, 2-1 the count now. And there's a ground ball over to Boudreau at short, makes the play, throws over to first, but not in time. Henrich beats that one out for the single. That will bring up Gene Woodling now with the runner on at first base and 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. No score. Gene takes the ball. Fouls one off, 1-1 now the count on Woodling, hitting .330, and he hits a little ground ball over to shortstop, and it's Boudreau who has that one, flips over to Gordon for the out. We go to the top of the second. Dale Mitchell up there now takes a strike. 0-1 the count. There's a fly ball over to center field. Cliff Mapes is there to get it for the out, 1 away. Bob Kennedy up there now, and he takes a strike. 0-1 the count on him. That's fouled off. It's 0-2 on Kennedy, and there's a ground ball to Rizzuto at short, makes the play and throws to first for the out, 2 away. Jim Hegan up there takes the ball. 1-0 the count on Jim, then a strike. 1-1 now. It's off the plate, but gets enough of the strike zone for a strike, and there's another ball. 2-2 now the count on Jim. It's fouled straight back, remains 2-2, and that's way off the plate. Full count now on Hagan. He swings and misses at one of the dirt, and he's tagged out for the strikeout, and we go to the bottom of the second. Quiet game so far. Mapes takes a strike, and then a ball. 1-1 the count. And there's a little one bumped off the end of his bat and just into shallow center field for a base hit. And that'll bring up Yogi Berra with a runner on at first, Cliff Mapes. And Berra fouls off the first pitch he sees, 0-1 the count. There's a ball to him, 1-1 now the count. It's a fly ball deep to right field. Kennedy has that one for the out, 1 away. And here is Phil Rizzuto. Rizzuto hitting .313. He was hitting much better earlier on this season. And this is a base hit up the middle past Win for a single to center field. And we're going to have Mapes actually stop at second and try for sort of the bigger inning. Bobby Brown up there now with 2 fast runners on. Let's run him. And there's a foul ball by Brown, 0-1 the count. And there's another foul ball by him. It's 0-2. Changeup is off the plate. 1-2 now. 2-2 as that one was inside. There's a ground ball over to Vernon, and the first baseman throws over to Boudreau at second for the out, but the return throw is not quite in time, and that brings up the pitcher, Fred Sanford, with runners on at first and third. Throw over to first base, nothing happening. Another throw to first base, I'm not sure why. We're not going to run with Brown. Sanford takes the ball, 1-0 the count. That's also low, 2-0. And there's a little foul ball off his foot, 2-1 the count now on Sanford. That's popped up and out of play, 2-2 now the count on Fred. As a liner into center field, and that's a base hit, and Mapes scores, and Brown goes all the way to third base, and so it's 1-0 after the single by the pitcher. That doesn't bode well for Early Win here, who I thought was going to get out of this inning, and he gives up a single, RBI single to the pitcher, Fred Sanford. Up is Hank Bauer again, who takes the ball, and then pops one up just out of play, 1-1 the count now on Bauer. There's a fastball inside, 2-1 is now the count on him. It's down the heart of the plate for a strike, 2-2, and there's one hit to left center field, and it's Mitchell, the left fielder, who runs back and grabs that one. That is the places you remember where triples go to die. We go to the top of the third, and it's Johnny Bernardino, and he hits a little pop-up and foul ground over to the third base side. Brown is there, tries to make the catch, and he drops it, and that's just going to be an error on him and a strike. There's a ball now to Bernardino, 1-1 the count, strike 2, swinging 1-2. There's a ground ball over to shortstop. Rizzuto has that one, throws to first for the out, 1 away. Early Win up there now, takes a strike. It's a fastball. Fouls one back, 0-2 now the count on Win. And that's high and inside, ball 1, 1-2 the count. There's a fly ball over to Woodling and left for the second out, 2 away, and here's Larry Doby. and he gets a line single over to left field. It's an easy base hit for him. That'll bring up Lou Boudreau. Boudreau up there now fouls one off. 0-1 the count on Lou. And there's a ball way inside. 1-1 the count now on Boudreau. That's inside again for a ball. 2-1 is the count on Lou. 3-1 is he's got a good eye. And he fouls one off for the full count. And there's ball 4 low and away. So he does get the walk. 2 walks here and 2 appearances for Lou Boudreau. That brings up Joe Gordon. That's how you keep your average up. Joe Gordon takes a strike. 0-1 the count on Gordon. It's fouled out of the play. It's 0-2 on Joe. Foul ball again. 0-2 the count remains. And that's way high. 1-2 now the count on Gordon. And there's a little ground ball over to Rizzuto. Makes the play and throws to first for the out. And we go to the bottom of the third. Jerry Coleman up there. Coleman takes a ball on the strike, and then another ball, 2-1 the count now on Jerry, and ball 3 is high, and that one misses, and so he's got a lead-off walk. That'll bring up Tommy Henrich with the runner on at first base, and that pitch just misses for a ball. 1-0 the count on Henrich. There's a little foul ball that goes out of play. 1-1 the count, and 1-2 now as that one's fouled off the catcher. Another foul ball back. 1-2 still on Henrich, and it still remains 1-2, and Coleman's not going anywhere. Next pitch is low, 2-2 the count now on Henrich. Another throw to first, he's not doing anything. And there's one hit deep to center field, and Doby running back, and it's deep enough, and he's able to catch it. The fence, that is deep enough in center field to give him space. One away, here's Gene Woodling, hits another one over to Doby in center field for the second out, 2 gone now, and here's Cliff Mapes who takes a strike. And another throw to first base, but Coleman's not doing anything. There's a ball in there to Mapes, 1-1 the count, and he fouls one off his toe. It's 1-2. It's ball 2 that just misses. 2-2 the count now on Mapes, and that's a little bit high. Full count now on Cliff. And there's a little pop-up down the left field line, just fair. That's a fair ball, and Mitchell unable to grab that one. Bernardino, Boudreau both ran back and couldn't get it, and that ends up being a little bloop double for Cliff Mapes, and Coleman goes over to third base. And so with Yogi Berra up there now, the Yankees really have a chance to break this one open. Berra takes a ball, 1-0 the count, and there's another ball off the plate, 2-0. And there's one foul back. 2-1 the count now on Yogi. Fouls another one back, it's 2-2 now on Berra. Fouls that one off, remains 2-2. There's one hit to right center field, and that's going to be in there for a base hit. That's a double for Berra as he scores both runners, and you knew that was going to happen. Maybe we should hit Berra a little bit up higher in the order. Here's Phil Rizzuto, now the former leadoff hitter, takes the ball. Rizzuto in a little bit of a slump here, and swings and misses at 1-1 the count, and he gets the base hit to left field, and that's going to be a single for Rizzuto. That scores Berra. It's 4-0 New York. And here's Bobby Brown now with 2 outs and a runner on at first. He fouls one off, 0-1 the count. There's one in the dirt, 1-1 now the count on Brown. Count remains 1-1. And there's a little ground ball down the first base line. That's in there for a base hit. It's going to be at least a double for Brown. And Rizzuto going home, and he is safe. Boy, he just got his hand in there under Higgins' tag, and Brown ends up on second base. Of course, it was a double. I think that's how they ruled it. And yes, they did rule it a double. And up comes Fred Sanford, who had an RBI last time, 5-0 Yankees, and he takes a ball inside, 1-0 the count. Ground ball over to the right side, and it's Gordon who has that one, makes the play and throws to first for the out. We go to the top of the fourth. Mickey Vernon up there now takes the ball. 1-0 the count. There's a curveball that breaks in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Another ball to Vernon. 2-1 the count. Foul ball now down the right field line. Just foul. 2-2. And there's one that sneaks into center field. That's going to be a base hit for Vernon, and that brings up Dale Mitchell. Runner on at first base now for the Indians with something to do. Takes a ball and then a strike. 1-1 the count on Mitchell. There's one down Broadway. It's 1-2. The ball inside, 2-2 the count now on Mitchell, and there's a ground ball up the middle. Coleman does that himself to the bag and then throws over to Henrich at first for the double play, 2 away. And up comes Bob Kennedy, who takes a strike, 0-1 the count, and a ball to Kennedy now. It's 1-1. There's a ground ball down to Rizzuto, makes the play and throws to first for the out, and we go to the bottom of the fourth, and it's Hank Bauer up there who promptly gets a base hit, and that will get early win out of the ball game. Frank Papish is coming up, and this is a problem for the Indians. Wynn couldn't even get to the fifth inning, and we'll take a look here and see. They don't have much by the way of pitching, because you have to remember that, Feller needs to be a starter. I prefer to start Garcia. They keep putting him in relief. And Page, of course, I would prefer to use him as a starter as well. So, you got, 3 more guys you could potentially use? We'll see how this works. Here comes Frank Papish now, and Jerry Coleman up there takes the ball high, 1-0 the count, runner on at first base. There's one foul back, it's 1-1. That pitch is inside, misses 2-1, runners delight, and we're going to send him, and there's a swing and a miss, and Bauer thrown out stealing, and so Coleman now with a 2-2 count on him, fouls one back, it remains 2-2. And another one foul back, 2-2. And there's a ground ball that goes right past Papish and past Gordon, and that's a base hit for Coleman. Maybe we shouldn't have run Bauer, huh? So Tommy Henrik up there now with the runner on at first. Throw back to first, nothing happening. And there's a line drive over to Vernon. Coleman barely able to get back with that ball hit right basically where he was. And Woodling now the hitter with 2 away. There's a ball down and in. 1-0 the count on Woodling. That's inside for a ball again. 2-0 the count on him. That's fouled away. 2-1 now the count on Gene Woodling. And that misses high. It's a 3-1 count on him. There's one foul back. Full count now on Gene Woodling. And there's a little roller over to Gordon, and he makes the play, throws over to first for the out. We go to the top of the 5th. But 5-0 the score still for the Yankees. Jim Hegan up there takes a ball. And then another ball. 2-0 the count on Jim. There's one that's lifted up foul, out of play. 2-1 is now the count on Hegan, and he hits one into left center field. That's a little base hit for Hegan. Nice piece of hitting. That'll bring up Berardino, who takes a strike. And then a ball. 1-1 the count now on Johnny, and there's a ground ball over to short, and Rizzuto has it. Flips over to Coleman for one on to Henrik for the double play. 2 away, and here's Frank Papish hitting for himself, and he has to. 2-0 the count on him. Now it's 2-1 on Frank. And 2-2 as he swings and misses at that one. And 2-2 the count remains. Another foul ball, 2-2 still. And it's swung on a miss, and he struck him out. Strikeout number 2 for Sanford. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and it's Cliff Mapes up here. Mapes today 2 for 2, getting that average up again. Takes a strike, and another strike, 0-2 the count. And there's a foul ball, 1-2, or a wild pitch, really, 1-2. That's a ball. There's the foul ball, 1-2 the count. And there's another liner over to Vernon. He jumps up for that one and makes a great play. That's 2 line drives he's caught here in this game. Yogi Berra, it's a fly ball over to Doby in center field, who's got it for the second out. Now it's Phil Rizzuto, takes the ball. 1-0 the count, and there's a strike on him as he swung halfway on that one, 1-1. There's a pitch inside for a ball. It's 2-1 now on Rizzuto, and he just gets a piece of that one. 2-2 is now the count on him. That's a pitch high. Full count now on Phil. There's one that's lined up to the box, but Papish is able to grab that one for the out. We go to the top of the 6th. It's Larry Doby up there. He takes the ball and fouls one back. 1-1 the count. Ground ball over to shortstop. Rizzuto has that one, throws to first for the out. 1 away. Lou Boudreau now, and he fouls one back. 0-1 the count now on Boudreau. 1-1 on him now as he takes the ball. That's fouled off the fists, 1-2, and that one is high. 2-2 the count, and he gets a ground ball over to Brown at third. He makes the play and throws to first for the out. 2 away. Joe Gordon up there now, and he takes the ball, and then another ball. 2-0 the count on Gordon. Fastball is outside for a strike. It's 2-1 on Joe. And he takes another one for a ball, 3-1 the count, and there's a fastball in at the knees. Full count on Joe Gordon, and he hits a ground ball over to Rizzuto at short, makes the play and throws to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Bobby Brown up there, and he hits one over into the hole for another base hit number 11 for the Yankees, and that'll bring up Fred Stanford with the runner on at first. Even Brown is 2 for 3 today. Sanford takes a ball. Another ball inside, 2-0 the count now on Fred. There's a strike in the inside corner. It's 2-1 on Sanford. And that's grounded outside of third, 2-2 the count. And there's one in on the corner, and that got him looking for the first out. 1 away, and here's Hank Bauer. And there's a quick strike in there to Hank. 0-1 the count. Ground ball over to the right side. Gordon has that one. Brown moves up to second. No play at second. And Gordon throws to first for the out. Now 2 away, and here's Jerry Coleman. Coleman takes a strike on the inside corner. 0-1 the count. And that one was too far away. 1-1. It's inside for a ball. 2-1 the count now on Jerry. And 3-1 as that one misses. And there's a ground ball over to Gordon at second. And he makes a play and throws to first for the out. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Mickey Vernon up there takes a strike and then a ball. 1-1 the count now on Vernon. And there's a strike outside of the knees. 1-2. The ground ball over to Sanford, actually, is the one who grabs that one over to the left side, and he makes the play and throws to first for the out, 1 away. And here is Dale Mitchell, and he hits a ground ball over to Henrik at first, and he flips over to Sanford, covering the bag for the second out, 2 away, and it's Bobby Kennedy up there. Bob takes a strike and then a ball, 1-1 the count. And that's swung on a miss for a strike. It's 0-2. That's outside, 2-2 the count on Kennedy. And then he swings and misses at that one. That's a third strikeout for Sanford. We go to the bottom of the 7th, and the Yankees are in control. Tommy Henrik shows that by hitting one over to left field. First pitch he sees for a base hit, and that'll bring up Gene Woodling. Papish, you got to wonder how long they're going to stay with him as Woodling takes the ball. And another ball, 2-0 the count now on Woodling. There's a strike middle in. 2-1 is the count now on him. That's high and inside. 3-1 is the count on Woodling. And there's a strike in the outside edge, full count on him now. That one's hit well into right center field, and that baby is gone. That's hit right over here, right around where the 387-foot sign is, and that makes this a 7-0 ball game, and that'll put Bob Feller in this. So they're pitching Bob Feller in relief. How many times did Feller come in relief in the real life? Well, he did 8 times, so that answers that question. Still, I don't know about this decision because how am I going to start him? So Feller comes in. We'll see how many innings he pitches up against Cliff Mapes. Mapes takes the ball, and then there's another pitch in the dirt, and he swings and misses that one for a strike, and then takes another pitch high, 2-1 the count. That's below the knees, 3-1 the count now on Mapes. And there's a slider in there for a strike. Full count now on Mapes. That's fouled back. Count remains full. There's a little line drive or a little ground ball over to first, and Mapes is able to run that one out. That's a base hit for Mapes, and that puts him on first base with nobody out, still bottom of the 7th, and Yogi Berra takes a ball. There's a ground ball down the first base line. That one is fair, and Mapes is going to score. And no, he's not. He's thrown out there by Kennedy throwing to Gordon and then on to Hegan for the out. So the Yankees are not able to add fuel to the fire, but Bear is on at second after that double. There's a little fly ball by Rizzuto over to left field. Mitchell has it for the out. Bear will hold on that shallow fly 2 away, and here's Bobby Brown. And they're going to walk Bobby Brown. Man, all the respect they're giving to Bobby Brown of all people. 15 hits for the Yankees in this game. Runners on at first and second. And Sanford hits a little ground ball over to the second baseman, Gordon, who makes the play and throws to first for the out. We're going to go to the top of the 8th inning. Fred Sanford is still in there, and here comes Jim Hegan. And he takes a strike. That's a good curveball. And then a pitch inside misses, 1-1 the count. Swings and misses at that next one. It's 1-2. There's a pop-up over to the catcher, Berra, for the first out. 1 away, and it's Johnny Berardino. And Johnny takes a strike inside, 0-1 the count. There's a swing and a miss on another one. It's 0-2. And there's a fastball up and in for a ball, 1-2 the count. And there's a pitch hit up to Mapes in center field for the out, 2 away. And here comes Bob Feller. So Feller swings and misses at this one, 0-1 the count, and that one is low, 1-1 the count. And there's another late strike called, 1-2 now the count on Feller. And there's a curveball that's high, 2-2 is the count on Feller, and he hits one over to center field. Mapes has that one for the out. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and of course, Rapid Robert is staying in there. He'll face Hank Bauer. And there's a foul into Hegan's glove for a strike. And there's another swing and a miss, another strike. It's 0-2. That's inside, 1-2 now on Hank. And there's a line drive over to Berardino, who grabs it for the out, 1 away. And here's Jerry Coleman. Coleman, it's a foul ball out of play, 0-1 the count on him. And there's another pop-up behind the plate. It's 0-2 on Jerry. There's a ball on tight to him, 1-2 the count. And he goes around on that one and strikes out. So that's the first strikeout here for Feller in relief. And that'll bring up Tommy Henrich, who takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1 the count. And then there's a ball. Another one off the plate, 2-1 the count on Henrich. There's a sinker wide. It's 3-1 on him, and that's fouled back. Full count now on Tommy Henrich. And there's ball 4, and Henrich draws yet another walk. And now Feller's taken out here for Sam Zoldak. So Zoldak, I think, is one of the guys who's actually like a reliever. Yeah, no game started, 27 games appeared in. Why did they put Bob Feller in this game? It's bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre to me. We will check up on that one. Woodling comes up here, and he hits a little ground ball back to Zoldak. He makes the play and throws to first for the out. We go to the top of the 9th. Larry Dolby is going to try to get a base hit here off of Sanford, and he swings one that's way off the plate, and there's another breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 0-2 on Dolby just like that. Hits one deep to right field, and Hank Bauer goes back and gets it 1 away. Here's Lee Boudreau. Boudreau lines a base hit to left field, so there's hit number 4 for the Indians, and that'll bring up Joe Gordon. Gordon up there now hits one deep to right field, and Bauer goes back and grabs that one for the out, 2 away. That'll bring up Mickey Vernon, who's the last hope, and he fouls 1 away and takes a strike, 0-2 the count in favor of Sanford. And he swings and misses at one that lands in the dirt. Barra goes over and tags him for the out, and that's it. 4 strikeouts in this game for Fred Sanford. Yankees win this one 7-0, and they're really exercising their dominance in the American League. Pretty quick game, less than 20 minutes for a 7-0 game with 19 hits. I'll talk with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.